Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I have just completed the second game, and it does kind of leave off with the main character in the first game kind of sitting there, with the Stalker thing on his wrist, looking at some sort of like weird monitor thing. It ended really weirdly. It's really cryptic, honestly. I don't think I'm spoiling anything by saying that. But all in all, this game was a very, very enjoyable experience. With once again, like the final, I don't like how they're doing. Like, I get it's supposed to be more intense and stuff, but like the final like boss fight with Strelok. First of all, was a little weird because they kind of just give you a Gauss gun, and you can kind of just snipe at him as he's running across and get most, if not almost all of his HP done away with, before you even, like, confront him. So that was fun. But then, like, the enemies teleporting in, and then they give you, like, a really cool assault rifle right at the end. But they, like, kind of give you two weapons right at the end, along with the RPG and the fully upgraded rifle I had on me. So they kind of weighed me down. Thankfully I had the right, like, equipment there at the end. But I'm getting this, like, I don't know if it's good that the last bits are intense, but also, like, for how the gameplay functions on, like, the higher difficulties especially, like, I could imagine going through what the amount of combat, and, like, I got achievement for getting killed by explosions 20 times. I don't think grenades had killed me all but maybe a few times before that final thing, but every time there's these choke points on these bridges, and I would just eat nades all the time, and I think they need to tone down how much enemies throw grenades. Let's see, as far as glitches and stuff are concerned, I'm trying to remember. Did they throw grenades in the first game? I don't think they did. Ultimately, this game feels like a more fleshed out version of the first game. I'd highly recommend it. Whereas the first game is kind of like, you know, I would play this one first, honestly. Play this one first. Play the older one, which is gonna be a bit hard because the older one's kind of archaic in comparison to this one. Especially the UI elements and how clear everything's communicated on the map. And just glitches and stuff are running rampant in the old one. It's still playable. It's not like more glitchy than a Bethesda game, but, you know, it's different glitchy, you know. The faction stuff was nice. It's just like, I think they both of the games suffer from this, like, you're doing, like, the main questing, and then it's like, okay, it all goes downhill from here. And you're just like, you know, it feels like, you know, if you've ever tried walking down a very, very steep hill, it's like you could try to walk down it and enjoy it, but you just kind of like rush through the last couple missions. And I think that's not really the right way to do the pacing, but it could just be like, I could just be nitpicking on it a bit too much. But you spend a lot of time in the beginning games kind of like, you know, building up your arsenal, building up your money, storing some weapons and stuff, and then you kind of just getting a feel for, like, the game and the land, and then you just kind of leave for these areas that you just don't do anything in. This game is definitely better in that regards than the last game, because you did spend some time in the Red Forest versus like the other game, where I feel like you just kind of got to a new area, and then got to a new area, and then you were done with the game. This one, you kind of got to a new area, talked to a guy, went forward, then went back, and then went forward, and then it was bam, bam, bam. So a little bit back and forth, but and the map, like, layout seemed better. It wasn't, if I wanted to go back from Red Forest to the garbage I could, which is like, garbage seemed like the main central hub. The swamp is like the hardest thing to get to, honestly. Not that it's hard, but like it's like the furthest removed from like a lot of the areas, even though there are some decent areas to get. You can get to a few areas from the swamp as well. But I definitely say you probably want to use the Stalker's base of HQ to store all your things and not the swamp. Because the swamp's little traders back in there don't have anything good, and they don't really upgrade anything special. I didn't like that the certain traders, mechanics, upgrade dudes didn't all just upgrade everything. That was really annoying. I mean, I did figure out that my rifles and better armors and stuff could be upgraded at the duty dude's base, but it was just a bit like, kind of like, you'd go in and be like, oh, you can repair my ship, but you can't upgrade it. That's great. Cash wasn't too hard to get in this game, especially if you knew what you were doing, and you could grab guns. I liked the artifacts in this game versus the other game. The first game, the artifacts, they were kind of just there. You could kind of just slap them on for free. This one, you had to get some investment into you have to invest in like a good set of armor, like and invest some cash into that armor to unlock the extra artifact slots. And you really couldn't do anything much with the artifacts unless you had like 2 slots, because they gave you radiation. And I really wish there was a quick like EpiPen, radiation pen like usage thing. That way you don't have to go in your inventory to use it. I don't think up on the D-pad does anything. I know left and right, like left is bandage, right on the D-pad is medkit. I'm not sure if up and down does anything, I could be wrong. But yeah, I'd highly recommend this game. The armor, a lot of the armor comes with upgraded night vision, Mark II night vision. I think you always have night vision goggles, honestly. I could be wrong about that though. But maybe certain armors come with night vision 1, and they could be upgraded to 2, but try to get yourself night vision 2 on whatever armor. Because there were so many like dark areas when trying to snipe, we're just putting on night vision 2, let me see the heads of people and just, click on them while they're just, in the distance in some like poorly lit area. It doesn't seem like it helped that much, but it really does, which is good. Night vision goggles should help. Although I'd like to see a lot more effective version of night vision, considering it's a bit of an investment and it requires you not to get other upgrades in order to get. But it was useful, so that's good. Next game is called Pirate, and it is the last game in the trilogy before Stalker 2. And it's weird because it's just like, what is Stalker 2 gonna be about? Because so far, there was a Strelok guy, and I supposedly gunned him down, or at least I took down his, he was using, the zones, he had electric field around him. I don't know, this shit's getting weirder and weirder. And I can't really imagine what Call Up a Pirate would be. I know Pirate's a location in the first game that you go through. That's one of the areas I'm pretty sure you get rushed through in the last sections of the first game. But ultimately I highly recommend this game. The RPG that I got from a random, I think it was like a $600 or $500 credit drop in the military warehouse area. I ended up using that on a helicopter boss fight, but that's it. I had one extra rocket the entire time, and I was just like, eh. So I ended up like finishing the game with like multiple nades because every enemy in the last bits of the game it has nades, and I was just like, yeah, never know when you're gonna need, you know, a couple 50 grenades. But yeah, I kind of wish these games had new Game Plus deals going on. I think that's the biggest miss on both these games is that you spend all this time on these save files, and it doesn't get like a Breath of the Wild, like, you know, I'm not obviously not trying to compare the games, but Breath of the Wild puts like a little thing next to your save, and then you can new Game Plus it, like something like that. Or like you complete the game, and you get an option to do Game Plus when you get, maybe they can send you back this menu, and then you can like go new Game Plus. But there is no option for that, and that's kind of saddening. Because I would like to go back to the game and like try out some different things, maybe run through it with like, you know, run through the first section with all my upgraded weapons. You know, they gave you that sick assault rifle at the end of the game. They literally auto-equipped in your hands, and then give you shitty non-armor penetrating rounds for it. Like they give you like 60 rounds of the like 5x45, like the green, like really lime green ammo box shit. I can't remember what the caliber is. And they're like, oh, here's this awesome assault rifle, and it has a really tiny scope, which is still better than, you know, iron sights. It's like a close range assault rifle, and it looks cool. It has a cool grenade launcher. It uses the other type of grenades, not the VOG 25s, but the other ones. And it has like a whole little like thing that flicks out with the grenades. And then I didn't get a chance to use it. I literally put that shit away because I don't have the ammo for it. And I don't have, and, you know, I brought a bunch of the armor piercing rounds for my assault rifle, and I brought the armor piercing rounds for my sniper rifle, and I had about 1,000 of one and about 300-ish of the other, and I just kind of went through that. So yeah, the I forget what it's called, the BP whatever, the generic sniper rifle. I didn't actually find one of the other sniper rifle from the first game. I'm assuming it was in the game, because I found the ammo first. It's for it, but I couldn't find the actual like sniper rifle, the stronger one, that I used quite a bit in the first game. So that was unfortunate. No one dropped it. No one was using it. I don't know if it wasn't in the game or, I mean, I found this. It's like a 725 ammo or something. I don't know. I found the ammo for it, but I didn't find the weapon itself. I even found I think they added a giant minigun, which is also one other gun you got like during the last couple segments of the game. Because I found a few stashes of ammo for that, and I found there's one stash with 200 ammo for it, and it's like, oh, that's cool. And I was just like, where does this weapon go to? And I found it, and I was just like, oh, great. Well, I can't use this weapon, so I'm just gonna beat it down the ground. I mean, it's a massive machine gun. You can't sprint with it. Probably mess someone up with it, but yeah, all those weapons would be nice to kind of just, you know, pop into New Game Plus. Maybe they give you some of the weapons that were dropped in the end game or something. I don't know. I hope this gets mod support. I think it's been rumored that the first game and maybe I think the trilogy itself is going to get mod support at some point. And honestly, that would be worth me coming back to that, but I don't know when that's going to be. Probably going to happen sometime after Stalker 2 comes out. Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl. I guess, why put the 2? It's like going to be on a different engine. I don't know. This is making me excited for the new game though. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about this game. I've tried long enough. As with the first game and the second game, we use bulletproof ammo. The difference between damage between the bullet penetration, or the armor penetration rounds, and the regular rounds is just kind of like night and day. Cap someone in the head once with the bullet penetrating sniper rounds, and they drop versus the non-penetrating ones. It's just like they take a whole entire clip of ammo and some headshots, and it's like, oh, womp womp. But yeah. Anyways, next game starting now. We'll do a little quick video on it.